Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
With the second pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Carson Wentz, quarterback, North Dakota State.
After NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell announced Carson Wentz's name, they cheered at taverns like Frank's Place in South Fargo tonight. In fact, they roared at the long-standing watering hole near the NDSU campus known as the Bison Turf. A North Dakota kid goes high in the NFL draft, and now it's on to Philadelphia. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. We all share a sense of pride in knowing that someone from here has made it big time.
That's right. For Carson Wentz, it's on to the city of brotherly love for the next chapter in an outstanding football career. Valley News Team's sports director Beth Houle is in Chicago and was there when Wentz was picked number 2 in this year's draft. Beth?
Hey guys, you know what? History was made today in Chicago as Carson Wentz becomes the highest drafted Bison player ever. And that's not it. He also makes national history as he becomes the highest drafted FCS player in NFL history. It was an exciting moment, and after the big announcement, Carson told me he was really glad he was in Chicago for this exciting moment.
It was kind of surreal. It went really quick, but man, it was so cool. And you know, getting that phone call, talking to everybody in the organization, hearing how excited they are, and knowing what happened for them to get to the spot where they had to get to take me, and to know that they believe in me that much. It's just really exciting. And then to walk out on that stage and everything, it's just really cool.
Yeah, we were sitting right next to the Jared Goff table, so we saw him get the phone call, so we knew right away. But yeah, the phone call is amazing. It's just the next chapter finally begins, you know, after this 4-month interview process with Carson.
It happened so fast. I felt like we were barely back there, and you know, we received the phone call, and you know, was on the phone for 3, 4, 5 minutes, and he came around, gave everyone a big hug, and we were excited to see him walk across the stage.
Now, the big plan, of course, is to make more history in Philadelphia. That's where Carson leaves for bright and early tomorrow morning, where he'll meet the team and meet Philadelphia as one of their new quarterbacks. Coming up in sports, though, we hear more from Carson Wentz, of course, and his family, as the state of North Dakota has a new team to root for. Guys, reporting live in Chicago at the NFL Draft, I'm Beth Houle.
All right, thank you so much, Beth. And as she said, stick around. We'll have much more on the draft later in sports. And in case you missed it, we have it posted online. Just head to valleynewslive.com.
Back to reaction. The place was packed at Herd and Horns in North Fargo as people anxiously waited to hear where Carson Wentz would be going. Valley News Team's Natalie Parsons was there for the hoopla.
They cheered. Bison horns were raised. This is Carson Wentz territory for sure. What divided these fans was where they wanted their #1 quarterback and #2 overall pick to play.
Everybody said Rams are going to take off.
As you looked over the room, you saw a variety of colors, many wearing Bison yellow and green, others showing their preference for Los Angeles or Philly. Those flying high over Wentz going to the Eagles say it has to do with their fan base.
The work ethic that Philadelphia fans have, as well as Fargo, and just the character that Philadelphia fans have that Fargo, I think it matches.
Whether you wanted Wentz to head east or west, these fans were united knowing that Carson is Fargo's own diamond in the rough.
Nobody knew about him except for us the last 2 years, last 4 years.
And for the NDSU alumni in the crowd, this draft is a milestone.
I never thought an NDSU player would ever go #2 overall in the NFL draft.
And the Carson Wentz fans here say it didn't matter which team he ended up on. They're just thrilled to see him play in the NFL.
Up for him all the way, no matter where he's at.
I think he's the new hero of North Dakota.
In Fargo, Natalie Parsons, Valley News Live.
Now, the shirts that you saw worn at the Herd and Horns viewing party were given to the fans prior to the draft. Each fan picked which team they thought Wentz would end up on.
Carson Wentz is officially a Philadelphia Eagle, and that means plenty of fans will be snagging their Wentz jerseys when they arrive on area shelves. Philadelphia Eagles merchandise is about to become a hot ticket item. Pro Image in Bismarck, where Carson Wentz is from, says people are already pre-ordering those hot ticket Wentz items. So far, they have ordered over 100 youth-sized jerseys. They also plan to order other items, including bobbleheads, Wentz dollar bills, and other collectibles. The goal is to have some of the merchandise available within 10 days. We called over to Shields here in Fargo, and they say they're hoping to get some Wentz merchandise soon.
Annoyed is how some drivers describe their morning or afternoon commutes in the FM Metro. From crashes to distracted drivers who don't merge properly, it's happening on our interstates and roads.
Back in March, we showed you some of the merging issues people have at 8th Street and I-94 in Moorhead. But we wanted to see what other issues people face across the Metro on their morning commute. According to a car insurance comparison website survey, it rates North Dakota number 7 as one of the worst states to drive in. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop drove with our Valley Today traffic reporter Al Ahmet while doing his 100-mile morning drive through the Metro.
You know, they treat you like you're the enemy as opposed to somebody else out on the road who has to do the same thing that they're going to do. You know, get to work, get to school, get to shopping, or whatever the case may be.
Driving the main roads and intersections between 7 and 8:30 a.m., it isn't hard to see that drivers are on a mission.
Look at that.
You just cut over 3 lanes.
Yeah.
While on our commute, we came close to getting into accidents while merging onto I-94 West, a problem many viewers have sounded off about before.
Okay, here we go. Now see, this guy here, he's not up to speed. See what I mean?
Yeah.
I got another one pulling in right behind me, and I mean tight. Holy moly. He's right on my bumper. Look at that. You can't even see his headlights.
No offense, like it was jerky, like
It was no, that's fair. And no offense taken. That's fair. That's the way it is driving in this town.
It wasn't just that intense moment we experienced what Amit calls the driving dance.
Like I said, it's a dance. Now we got coming right behind us, and I want to get over that way. With traffic, and these guys are doing about 40 miles an hour.
Those two are very close.
Yep. And see, this guy wants to cut in. This is what I'm talking about. I've had my signal lights on for a good while trying to get over.
As the miles passed and the clock ticked, we saw crashes near a school causing backups, people not yielding when yield signs are listed. And you're letting this guy in, nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, sure, you got to. And he had the yield.
And people driving with no lights on during dawn. Driving in the FM area is different than what it was just 10 years ago.
I mean, it's not like Minneapolis, but it's busy.
According to traffic data from the FM Metropolitan Council of Governments, traffic has steadily spiked on the interstates. In 2005, on I-94 between University Drive in Fargo and 8th Street in Moorhead, there were 61,000 vehicles counted. Last year, more than 73,000. The transportation director with the FM Metropolitan Council says the traffic count on some of the main roads in the metro, like Veterans Boulevard, have doubled since 2013. The increase of drivers on the road can sometimes cause crashes, adding minutes to your journey.
We have a traffic issue right here. Folks, and this is right near a heavy traffic area, right near the school. And see what we see here? See that mess over there? You got traffic backed up? Oh my.
In Fargo Moorhead, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
And remember, you can get the latest traffic report for your morning commute on the Valley Today.
North Dakota Representative Kevin Cramer has endorsed presidential candidate Donald Trump. If Trump were to become president, there's word that Cramer might be considered as Trump's Secretary of Energy. Reports today from Hill.com say that Cramer, who sits on the powerful Energy and Commerce Committee, checks all the boxes when it comes to fighting Obama's climate change efforts. Today, our Chris Berg from 630 Point of View sat down with Cramer and asked him all things energy, including North Dakota oil.
And the other half is of course access to demand. And now that North Dakota has shipped its first shipload to the Netherlands, a few weeks prior to that, the first load went out of United States crude. We're seeing liquid natural gas terminals being built and more of that being exported. And I think as we get out into that global marketplace with our supply, of course that provides an opportunity for us to produce more, but it also provides an opportunity for us to grow our markets.
You'll be able to hear more of Chris's conversation with Congressman Cramer next week on 630 POV.